Howdy, this is Mackenzie Franklin from SideGame LLC here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and today bringing you the fourth in our series of Guess the Board Game based on its 1 and 10-star review. Now we're going to be using the Board Game Geek database and looking at some games from this time, the top 100, and taking a look to see if you can actually guess the games based on those reviews. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first one we're going to talk about here, our 1 star, from Eggwood here. Too much on the luck of the draw. Bad quality on the bags. Edit. Tried again after a few years to see if my perspective would change. Nope. I don't think I actively despise another game as much as this one. From a 3 to a 1. So wow, this guy even gave it an extra chance. Whew. And he even left some time just to see if his taste has changed. Well, clearly a 1 for Eggwood. Up next, our 10-star review for the same game from Alpal 2020. August 2021. I enjoy this game so much and must find more ways to prioritize it in my play rotation. The action of playing the game is so fun that the scoring becomes more of an afterthought. A complex push your luck is a tricky thing to pull off. April 2021. An immensely satisfying and surprisingly strategic push your luck game with a great catch-up mechanic that means even the biggest risk takers are in with a chance each game. So, any ideas of what this may be? Once again, it's in the top 100. 3, 2, 1... This is going to be The Quacks of Quedlinburg. Now this game has you playing as a quack, a doctor, making potions and doing your best to get a great slew of ingredients without your pot exploding. There's some great choices between these different things happening, but in this one in particular, my favorite part has to be the chips themselves. Each chip is assigned a power here, and that's going to change up the way the game is played each time. I really do like this game, but which side do you lean on? Are you more towards the 10 or more towards the 1? I'd love to hear what you think. Let's go ahead and jump to number 2. This is going to be our 1-star review from Steve Supreme. Poor quality materials make an otherwise mediocre game simply impossible to recommend. The cards and player boards begin warping immediately upon getting them to the table. After one play through, your game is practically unplayable. This game cannot be resold either in good consciousness. Interesting. So this is 2019 when this review has been made. Keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and go to the 10-star review. Best deck building game, especially for 2 players. With 3 players, it's okay, but don't play with more. The cooperative and no shuffling solves the problems I have with other deck building games. I just hate Dominion as it is too long and too random for what it is. Sorry. So this is Lightmore, our 10-star review. Any guesses here? We've got cooperative, no shuffling, deck building. 3, 2, 1. This is the game Aeon's End. Now, in Aeon's End, you play as a breach mage. It's your job to harness this magic and this power in order to fight these nemesis monsters that are coming after you. They have their own forms of attack and these minions that you'll have to take out, and you're going to have to reduce that nemesis to 0 health before it destroys everybody or the city you're protecting. Lots of cool things and lots of cool choices here. Very interesting mechanics on the deck building. But my favorite part about this game has to be the nemesis monsters themselves. I really like the way that they are completely different. Each challenge is a different game completely. And I love how each deck has its own customizable cards, but also one that is going to come from this random pool. I really like the uniqueness that come from the nemesis monsters in Aeon's End. So let's go ahead and jump to number 3. Number 3 is going to start off with our 1-star review from Air Castle. This is just to balance out this Walt Mulder guy who appears to be an idiot. Now, I have no idea what this means. No idea what this refers to. If you know what this is talking about, let me know in the comments, please. I really want to know. But hopefully the 10-star review is a bit more helpful. So this is from Theme Matters. My first 4-player game went for quite a while, but I could see the potential. As a solo player, this game has really taken my heart, and every time I go to play it, I am so eager to try new things and new ideas. The design room in this game is phenomenal. Easily one of the best games I've ever played. I love the worker placement style, combo-like nature of actions, where you can chain one move into another. This game shines at 2-player or solo settings, and can't recommend it enough. Super fascinating. So it's got worker placement style, got comboing. Go ahead and take a guess. 3, 2, 1. This is going to be Paladins of the West Kingdom. Second in the West Kingdom trilogy, this has you controlling a group of paladins. You're going to recruit people to come help you out and perform different actions to increase the amount of attributes that you have and hopefully complete some objectives before the end of the game. You're trying to push up all your attributes out by selecting the correct paladin to use their effects to really manipulate this private worker placement board in front of you. Now, my favorite part about this game has to be the different choices that you're going to have each turn with how you spend the workers. I love that your workers are the resource that you're really managing in this game, and you're having to do your best to really extend your plays and extend your actions. I love how you're going to choose a paladin that's going to give you specific characters, and then special worker spots may come up depending on the color that they require. There's a lot of things to think about when you're playing this game, particularly in the resource management aspect. So I really like this one. That's Paladins of the West Kingdom. My favorite for solo play for the West Kingdom trilogy, and my second favorite from the trilogy overall. Let's go ahead and jump into number 4. Now this one, our 1-star review from Leroy Porkins. A lot of this designer's games have confusing rules. I also don't like it when games punish you with negative points for not being a good player when the game doesn't even give you enough turns. Interesting, not enough turns. Let's go to the 10-star. 10-star review from Black is the Color. Been seeing quite a few polyomino laying games come out lately. I've yet to be positively impressed by one in the same way this game has done. Alright, any guesses? 3, 2, 1. This is the classic polyomino laying game Patchwork, where you're going to be using these polyomino pieces to create a quilt, and you'll be doing it with this button and time currency. So the number of actions that it takes to pick one of these pieces is based on this little sandglass timer, but you also have to pay a number of buttons, which are the currency. I love the decision here between getting big pieces that may be awkward, that are also cheap, or getting pieces that may fit correctly, but it may take a little bit just more currency, either time or your actual buttons currency. I love the way that you have income levels that occur. My favorite thing in this game has to be the time as a resource aspect. I love that the pieces actually cost these two currencies, and you have to decide what's more important to you at this point, the amount of time it takes or the money itself. I really like this decision, and I really like the dichotomy between this. It's so fantastic. So that's my favorite part of this game, and that's Patchwork. Let's go ahead and go to the last one here. Now this game, our 1-star review from Ben Hutchinson. Typical American trash. Lots of light and color, almost hides the poorly tuned gameplay and lack of meaningful decisions. It's meant to be a deck builder, but an armada of arbitrary rules means that 50% plus of cards on offer are impossible or irrational to purchase on any given turn. Whew, that's some harsh but well thought out criticism. Let's go ahead and go to number 10. Here it is from Vile Rock, our 10-star review. An excellent, genuinely exciting game that grips everyone that I've played it with. What set it apart from the growing crowd of games on BGG is that it actually is fun to play due to the push your luck aspect and strong theme. It puts a lot of similar deck builders into perspective. They are fine to play, but are often dry and dull in comparison. Alright, a lot of good clues in that one. Go ahead and make your guess. 3, 2, 1. This last game is Clank. So this is a deck building adventure where you play as a thief going into a dragon's den. Now in the base game, you're going to be going down into the depths using these movement cards and then using those movement cards to go from place to place. You're using swords in order to attack things, and you have a cool kind of ascension style where you have multiple currencies. The boots for moving, the swords for attacking, and then these blue resources here for purchasing more cards on this market on offer. Now, there's also a very fun, and my favorite part of this game has to be the clank mechanism. As you play, you're going to be making noise for some of your cards, and when you do that, you'll put these cubes into the central location. When the dragon attacks, you'll take all those cubes, put them in a bag, shake it up, and that represents the chance that you have to actually be hit by the dragon. I really like that system, and I like the way that it adds tension and pressure. Do you play a lot of really powerful cards that generate a lot of clank and make a lot of noise as you run through the dungeon, or do you take it nice and slow and cautiously and do your best to avoid damage? I really like this one. That is Clank, and that is our last game for our quiz. So I'm curious, how did you do? Did you get all 5? What did you think of the games that we talked about here? Do you lean more on the 1s, the 10s? Do you particularly like these games? Do you dislike them? I'd love to hear all your thoughts and how well you did. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please let me know down in the comments below. See you later, everybody. SideGame Strong.